we're going to switch gears to show you how a field edit works. A field edit is still programmed in the AID language. Its execution cycle is a bit different though. It doesn't process records one right after another like a file edit or an output program. Instead, a field edit is called into execution when an operator finishes keying a field. The field edit executes code based on which field format called it, and the edit decides when to return control to the keyer. To show you how this works, we're going to add a field edit to our play job. Let's suppose the customer has limited distribution of the toy to only 4 states: Virginia, Ohio, Texas, and Louisiana. So we want to limit the state field to only those states while an operator is keying. That way the operator can yank the coupon if it has an invalid state. We tell Unibase to call a field edit by using a checkbox edit when we program the record format. So let's do a change on our record format. File definition, record format, change, play, field release, release, release. Okay, now let's choose edit the checkboxes and field release past the 3 questions. And let's go find the state. Okay, here's the checkbox edits for the state field. I'm going to press Tab 3 times and we wind up in the field edit checkbox. Y means enable or call the edit when the operator exits the field. S means enable the edit when the operator starts the field. And B means both. So we'll put a Y in this field. That's all we need since we only have one edit. We're going to press Help, Terminate, and of course Help again. Now to the field edit program definition. Press Help, C for field edit. Are we going to use create? Nope. Let's look at item J. DMAC has a generator for a field edit too. Let's use it to save us some time. When we choose it, DMAC wants the name of the standard job. That's play. We have to give the field edit a name. This time I'm going to press the space bar, then hit field release, and that way our field edit is named the same thing as our standard job. And we're through. Let's go see what this generator did. C for change. The field edit is named play. Field release, release. Alright, we've got the same type of note we had in the output program. And we've got a declare statement with 2 variables: current format, current field. The control function, FMT, has the format number the operator was using when the field edit got called. And the control function field has the field number the operator was using when the field edit got called. If you have field edits on several fields, you want to know which code to execute so you don't waste time checking fields that have already been checked or trying to check fields that haven't been keyed yet. You know a perform statement executes a subroutine. Notice that there's no period after the subroutine name FMT01. That's because there could be several subroutine names in a row. The one that gets executed is the number in the variable following the verb by. Since the variable current format should be 1, because we only have one format, then we'll perform subroutine FMT01. Had there been other formats in our job, the generator would have added a subroutine for each format. We have a similar perform statement at the subroutine FMT01. We've got another list of subroutines, and there's one for every field in our record format. Unibase chooses which one to use based on the value of the variable current field. Based on this list, the field edit play will execute subroutine FM01F004 when an operator exits field 4. And look at all these calls to a not checked subroutine. That's what's executed if we enable an edit on a field we didn't really want to check. The subroutine not check has no code in it. It simply exits back to another exit, the one right after the by current field statement, and this one exits back to this release statement right after the by current format statement. The release verb in a field edit terminates execution of the field edit and returns the operator to the next field to be keyed. If we go look at our FM01F004 subroutine, it doesn't do anything either. Unibase does know that we want to do something at this field because we marked the checkbox. But Unibase can't read our minds, so no code has been written. But this makes it so easy. All we have to do is enter our code here. Let's add another note that says, note, only valid states are VA, Ohio, Texas, and Louisiana. Now, how do we check for these states? With another conditional. It's an if statement, and the simplest case is to say if field 4 is equal to the literal VA release. That says if the operator keyed Virginia, we're happy. And we're going to go back to the next field to be keyed, which is field 5. We can handle the rest of the states by putting in some OR statements. If field OR equal to Ohio, OR equal to Texas, OR equal to Louisiana release. What do we do if we didn't match any of those? This is where we use all that pause syntax we learned when we first started programming. We give the operator an error message. We'll put in pause loc2 invalid state, and we'll tell the operator to rekey it. Alright, the operator reads the error message, presses the reset key, and it returns control to the field edit. Now what? We don't want to exit because that eventually just releases the operator to the next field to key. And we can't be sure he'll remember to back up and correct the state field. But field edits have a unique verb all their own. It's position. And it's used to change the next field the operator is placed in to key. We want the operator to rekey the state, so we'd better position him back into the state field. So let's put in position field 4. Now the operator can't get past the state field until he keys one of the 4 valid states. That's power. We need to add one more housekeeping line of code though. This pause and show statement is going to stay on the screen and really confuse the operator. So we'll clear it out before we go back to keying. With the show statement at line 2, we're going to use another control function, EOL, for end of line. And this statement will clear out line 2, position 1, all the way through to the end of the line. Time to test it. You know the drill. Write it out. Exit. Parse. Play. Field release. Release. And we're through. Before we can test, we have to put the field edit name into the standard job so Unibase knows we have one. We'll choose standard job, change, play, field release, and when we release, we have to put the name of the field and edit here. That's play. And we have to release through the standard job, otherwise our change won't be saved. Okay, let's go key. Help, Help, return to the main menu, Data Entry, and we have to start a new standard job. The old batch doesn't have the field edit name in the header. That's play. We'll call this one 003, field release, and release. Okay, name first. A student. We don't need an address. We need a city. Wichita, Kansas. Ah, look it. Invalid state. Rekey. When we press reset, the message should clear out, and we should be back in the state field. And we are. Can't get out of it. Says field entry is mandatory. If we were keying a live batch, the operator would probably yank that coupon and put it aside and go back to the beginning and key another coupon. I can get past this field, of course, by keying one of our valid states, like Ohio. And yes, I know Wichita doesn't exist in Ohio. But that's a different problem, one that we'll solve in advanced Unibase lessons.